welcome to London. Hopefully it isn't as rainy and grey as it is in this video, but hey ho, that's British weather for you. So in this video, I'm going to show you the different ways I get to London Heathrow quickly and cheaply with public transport. Cool, so I'm just going to give you a quick summary of all your options that are all over an hour to get into central London. So your black cab is about to be £60 one way and an Uber is £50. The Heathrow Express train that runs from Paddington Station to London Heathrow is £25, but getting to Paddington usually takes an hour anyways, so it doesn't really save that much time. Taking the TFL Rail costs £10.80, give or take, off peak, and the Piccadilly tube line costs roughly £3 to £4 depending on what zones you're in and when. I have a slight preference for TFL Rail just because you don't have to go underground and lose signal, but hey, if you want to save that money for some pints, let's do it. So I'm going to show you how to take the TFL Rail first and then the Piccadilly tube line on the way back. So let's go! So I'm going to first show you how I take the TFL Rail, which is now under the Queen Elizabeth line. Go Lizzie! In this video, the Lizzie line wasn't up and running yet, so I had to get the tube to Paddington Station before changing over. So the little shortcut is here where you just turn right and then swerve right again. Well done, you did it. And so now you're going to see these screens that tell you which is the fastest train to Heathrow, and you're going to tap through with your contactless card, get onto the train that looks all nice and shiny and new, Go Lizzie, with these cool little purple seats. I think they're super cute. Very spacious, and you also have some USB ports on board as well. So the only advantage the Heathrow Express has is it doesn't have these stops like TFL Rail, but don't worry, it goes pretty fast. I'm already here. And now you just make your way up to departures. Last thing though is make sure you have the right terminal and remember to always tap out. If you're trying to take the rail back to London, TFL Rail is located right next to the Heathrow Express. I know, it's a little bit confusing, right? So just make sure to take the right train with a logo on the right-hand side so you don't have to pay more. Okay, sweet. Now that we did that, we're going to go the other way. We are starting out from Heathrow and going to London via the Underground, the good old-fashioned Piccadilly line. So right when you land, you want a beeline for the tube sign. They are located at different places depending what terminal you're at. It's a little bit of a commitment, but just keep following the signs until you get to the tube. This is Terminal 3, but let me show you 5. You basically just walk out a little further to that nifty TFL logo, and it'll take you to the rail and the train and the Underground. You just follow it through. And this is just your friendly PSA that UK roads are confusing. Yep, so I just messed up here. I'm supposed to walk on the left-hand side. I did not get that. Whoops. But hey, you have some pretty purple lights now that make it look like you're strutting down a club. Okay, so keep swerving to the tube sign. And then look, you made it. But here's a pro tip, you do not need to get an Oyster card. Just use a contactless payment card or Apple Pay, Apple Watch, and be really snazzy and strut right through. Okay, now you can watch me try and fail to make my Apple Watch work. Yikes. Sometimes you have to just try again. You'll get there eventually. Sweet, and then you basically just ride the tube until you get to central London or the closest stop to where you're going next. The tube is pretty nice, you have some space to put your stuff, especially since when you get closer to central it gets really hectic on board, so you want to just like maybe claim that spot when you're there. To stay overground, I change over to the district line, but that's it, and you just tap out at the end. And that's how you boss it, getting into London. Like and subscribe for more! Woo!